In the middle of the room was this copper-colored 2 pegs in the front, 2 pegs in the back, levers on the handlebars, BMX bike.
Ooh.
And my jaw dropped. And I remember just sitting there like, oh my God, that is the most beautiful bike I've ever seen.
It's a sledgehammer.
Dang. You got shocks, pegs. Lucky. You ever take it off any sweet jumps?
All right, cool. That was an interesting start.
I didn't know you pushed start. Sorry.
I know, that was funny. You're over here just like,
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We are your humble servants, Derrick and Kyle.
Oh,
Itchy sweater.
I don't know what to do.
But yeah, listen, man. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
I'm sweating still.
Sweating
I don't
still?
know why.
Well, it takes a while for my apartment to really cool down.
Man, we need to
And
get you like a stand-up fan or a shop fan or something.
Probably so.
I'm going to get you one.
That's fine.
I will buy you one.
Oh, perfect.
It'll be my contribution.
It'll be your contribution to my apartment for you.
I guess I'm over here sweating.
Right, you're gonna come over and be like, "Thank you," and you're gonna be talking to yourself.
I'm going to talk to myself in the
Thank
mirror.
me.
You're an awesome person for this gift.
Yeah, I'm so thoughtful to me. But
Other than that, no, I'm good. I'm good.
awesome. So what about fruit, man? No, I'm just kidding. But
I see the argument in it, but I'm like,
I just think fruit is so interesting.
it's
so strange.
just fruit.
I know it's like episode 3, but still, I
gonna
still
have
think about
to-
that. I think about that like every day.
I'm going to have to like get super blazed or something to make me actually think.
No, you don't. That's the crazy thing about it. Like,
No, me, myself.
No, you don't.
Because I don't think it's that interesting.
No, it's because you're not thinking hard enough.
Oh my, I don't want to think hard enough because it hurts my head.
No, here's the thing. You don't even have to be high to understand how unbelievable fruit is.
I get it.
I
do. You eat something that grows multiple other things. It has that power to do that. I get it.
That's not it. It's just not
Well,
that
you know
it
what?
grows. It's that it. Think about the many different fruits that we have. Okay? And the fact that they grow is one thing already. That's already like, holy crap, we have all these amazing fruits and produce that we can grow. Here's the other thing, though. Think about an orange, dude. An orange tree? How delicious oranges are, and they contain that juice.
We already had this conversation.
I know, but dude, like you're eating a banana. When you eat a banana, you're eating the seed.
Now that is pretty interesting. I'll give you that.
Yes.
'Cause
And
you said
strawberry
that-
seeds grow outside of the fruit.
And then what was the other one you said? The pomegranate?
Pomegranates, dude. You crack them open and you eat the seeds, all this juice in there. A pomegranate? Oh my God. I'm sorry. Like fruits, dude. Oh,
Things you
I can't
things
get
you
over
think
that.
about late at night.
Like I can't get over the fact that fruits exist and certain types of fruits like pomegranates, kiwi, dude. Oh my God.
What's the deal with kiwi? Why is it so hairy?
Exactly. These are questions that are great to ask, and then you can go to like this rabbit hole of fruits.
I'm not going that way again.
Yeah,
Please.
That's gonna be a.
Can we go somewhere
That's
else?
gonna be a very strange YouTube section. Your search history is gonna be very interesting.
The FBI is going to want to know about me.
Most likely. I got a few things to talk about that's been on my mind a little bit.
Is this the question mark thing?
No.
Okay.
I might discuss that. We'll see.
Okay.
But the first thing I want to talk about is.
Spoiler alert, we're canceling the podcast.
Yeah. The first thing I want to talk about is that this is it. This is over. This is
done.
Yeah, after this episode, it's over. But no, I just had my.
Please don't.
This is not happening. I just had my 31st birthday.
You're old.
Well, the thing
Says the guy that's
it was
6
the same
months
age.
younger.
Yeah, it's just like we're born in the same year. But I just had my 31st birthday, and yes, thank you, appreciate that.
Yes.
It was kind of short, but it was all right.
You know what?
Our live studio honest just gives me just like a little golf clap.
Yay!
It is,
Okay,
yeah,
stop.
all right, stop. I was thinking about how I felt on that day because, first of all, the day itself crept up on me. I actually almost forgot my birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was going so fast, and I completely didn't even think about it.
See, when is yours?
July
what?
13th.
See, you don't really. I mean, you kind of have, because this is the way I look at mine. Mine's the 20th of December.
Okay.
Mine's during Christmas time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to forget.
Yeah. Like if you're, I think if you're any time of December, that'd be hard to forget.
But you literally, you have a holiday. I don't know math. 9 days.
Yeah, the 4th.
9 days before.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah, July's a very just hot dead month.
Yeah, that's weird. I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's hard for me to like, I don't know, just think about my birthday anymore. It's just really like it crept up on me, and I remember my friend calling me and be like, "Oh wow, like you're gonna be like your birthday's coming up. You're gonna be 31." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Yeah, like didn't realize how close it was.
Days.
Yeah, it's just I was just like, "Wow, it really is coming up that quick," and it just I don't know, just 30, not only 31, but also just my birthday in general, as I've gotten older, has gotten less significant to me. And I thought those kind of, what's it called, like milestone years would be kind of different, like when you hit 20
or
30. Like 30, yeah, and like when you go like every like 10 years,
21,
yeah, like those real
13,
like 40 is one thing, but you're really kind of just waiting to 50.
Yeah,
And so it's like, but even when I turned 30, I didn't feel it didn't feel as important to me as I thought it would be.
I want to say, so my last birthday, this birthday I just had, I had COVID.
Yeah, it's true.
So I had COVID starting the 17th all the way till about the 27th or 28th of December. So I missed my birthday. I missed Christmas.
Wow.
And I mean, we didn't do anything for Christmas or New Year's. Mm-hmm. We just kind of, I went outside with Mason, kind of watched the fireworks every now and then, but
didn't really do much.
It was a weird time. Also because out here in Texas, Christmas Day was 80 degrees and humid.
Yeah, I loved it.
And I was like, what? This is not Christmas.
Yeah. I'm so used to just so like all the Christmases I've had until I moved here was just so cold because it's Indiana.
Yeah. Oh,
so like the dead of winter in Indy is just every December is cold.
Even California in December, I mean, it's decently cold. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gloomy. You know, you feel like, oh, it's supposed to be Christmas time.
Yeah.
But this year did not feel like it.
Not
and
at all.
when I had COVID, everybody was, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. My mom called me, was like, hey, happy birthday. And my sister called me, got a bunch of calls from people. And it was like the same thing. Like, wow, it doesn't really feel like a birthday.
Didn't feel like a birthday. Yeah.
Possibly, well, one, because I was on my deathbed.
Yeah, it felt like a death day.
And just thinking about it, too. I was just laying there in bed all day like, yeah,
just didn't really feel like
this is not a birthday. So I think I get it. I think 30 is where it's like, okay, not as important anymore. You're just kind of there floating around for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
And then when you're 50, it's like, hey, you're 50. You're
right.
halfway to 100.
It's like, oh, wow, holy crap. Like, it's,
and then you find out you're old.
Yeah. 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 And until you hit, I think, in my opinion, until you hit 60 is when you're old. Like, if we're talking about old age, I think 60 is like that point.
I'm going to say
to me
55.
55?
Don't know why. Just 55.
It's that middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. So Kyle is a fence rider.
Don't you know it?
But no, it's just like every and every year is getting quicker. Like we're already in, well, when this airs, it'll be later. But right now we're in August.
We're in August.
And
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Because those first 1, 2, 3, probably 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
I don't remember it not being hot.
Right.
I just remember it being just blazing balls hot in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, maybe a little cold, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
And it's crazy because we're in what's August 9? No,
yeah.
8?
No, yeah, 8. Yeah.
August is the 8th month, and we're close to being halfway through it.
Yep.
And,
That's crazy. Like 2022 has been a blur.
I don't even remember 2021, honestly.
I remember 2021
Other than
very
COVID.
well. Well, I remember that year is significant because that's when I moved.
That's true.
So,
that's true. And that's when I went into the warehouse from driving.
Yeah. So that year is specific to me. But like 2022 has just been like I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, this year definitely is run by so quick.
Yeah, it's wild. But it just seems like every year my birthday is coming up quicker and quicker.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
What was your favorite birthday that you can remember? Being 31 now, you think about all the other birthdays you had.
My favorite birthday that I can remember was probably either there's two that I can remember.
If you can't remember how old you were, just tell me what happened.
Okay. There's two I can remember. I can remember when I was 13.
Oh, 13 was great.
Yeah. And I can remember when I was 20.
Okay.
I was 13, obviously on July 13th. And I remember that day specifically because I remember I got the Animatrix on DVD.
Oh,
you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's when I was.
You know, I never watched that.
It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was really cool. It kind of opened my you get a kind of a different perspective of the movies and like what they were going for.
I heard the last one sucked.
The newest one that just came out. Oh yeah, it was. I didn't even watch it.
I heard it was horrible.
Yeah, it's just from what I saw, I was like, nope.
I think it was just pure nostalgia is what it was made of, and
Yeah,
didn't really go
I
anywhere.
heard the story was crap, the acting was crap, the writing was crap.
I'll probably still watch it one day when it comes out on TV.
I don't think I'll ever watch it.
You think so?
Nope, can't do it.
Oh, man. And I know this is about birthdays. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But I gotta say, I told you about this at lunch already. If you guys get the chance to watch the new movie Prey
Oh yeah,
on Hulu, it is the newest Predator movie.
yeah.
And I don't mean predator like sexual predators.
The newest Predator movie. They're making movies.
They're making movies about these bastards. Chris Hansen's coming after you now.
Right, this is getting serious.
No, the newest Predator movie, and it was so badass. That girl, I don't know what her name is. Mm-hmm. The girl that played the Indian girl in the movie was super badass.
Yeah,
Like if that was female driven, if that was their goal, they met it.
yeah.
Because she was so good. And the storyline behind that whole thing about being, in the random birds in here again.
And right when I was about to silence it,
I noticed
so ridiculous. But yeah,
But the storyline being in like the 1700s when the French are coming over to, explore and do their whole thing. You got this tribe of Indians that this girl, she wants to prove she's a hunter. She goes out, ends up finding the predator, and the predator, it's not all technologically advanced like, all the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had its heat vision stuff, whatever.
right.
But that was like the only thing.
Yeah,
And oh my gosh, his helmet is so much cooler than
right.
the other
Younger
helmets.
Predator. Yeah, yeah.
So cool. So if you guys get a chance, watch that. I'm sorry. Back to the Animatrix
All
and
right.
30th birthday. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
It
that's
was so
fine.
good.
It's all good. But yeah, that was really cool. I spent that day with my dad and my at the time stepmom. And they got that DVD for me, and I got carrot cake, which is my favorite cake. I get that pretty much every year.
Ew.
I love carrot cake. It's so good. It's so good. What? Carrot cake is amazing.
Why do you like crunchy stuff? Carrot cake,
Why don't you like texture?
freaking coconut.
Yeah. Why don't you? Why do you have a thing
Ugh.
against texture?
I mean, I like candies that have like the rice in them that crunch, but like it's a fruit. It's not supposed to be crunchy and stuff. I don't like it. Anyways, our vegetables. Sorry, vegetable fruit. Whatever.
It's whatever it is. But if it has seeds, if it has like visible seeds, you can see it is a fruit.
Is that how they do it?
That's pretty much like the rule.
Okay, so that whole thing about tomatoes.
Yes, tomatoes are a fruit.
So ketchup is a smoothie.
Basically, yeah.
Whoa. See, that's interesting.
That's wild. Fruit sauce.
We should have done that one.
Yeah.
Damn it. Why didn't I do that on episode 3? Shit. My favorite birthday.
I didn't finish my story.
I want to talk about mine.
Just let me finish.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
But geez, so rude.
I'm sorry. I was excited for mine.
But that was one that I was really happy. I was really happy about that day.
You had 2. I'm sorry. That's right.
Oh, it's all
I'm
good.
so sorry.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. We got plenty of time.
I'm gonna get shunned to the closet again, ladies and gentlemen. You just wait.
Yep, you're getting really close to strike 3.
Getting out of line.
Man, you are just out of order. But so 13th birthday, Animatrix, spending it with my dad. It was just a really good time. I had my favorite food, and I had my dessert while I was watching the Animatrix. It was a really good time. So that one stands out to me just because of like the significance of it and just how much of a good time I had. I didn't have to go out, like just spending time with my dad and just having a good night with everyone. Which at that time was just 2 people. But my 20th birthday as well, that one was because, again, the significance of it, and not to get too sad, but my grandmother didn't see me reach that age. And that was just really, I wanted her to be able to see that, and she didn't get to. But I was just thinking about that day, and I went out and played a really good round of golf, which kind of started the whole tradition. Like, ever since that birthday I had, I always get pizza and I have a round of golf.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's just every birthday
Hell
I do
yeah.
that. Yeah, but those are probably my 2 most significant birthdays that I've had. And just since then, they've been good, but I just don't really care. I don't know. I don't know. I appreciate the people that I spend them with, and the fact that I'm still alive, obviously, but they just don't have like that much of an impact on me.
It's just another day.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, awesome, I lived another year, but it's like, yeah, yes, cool.
I gotta say, I think mine, one of them was also my 20th birthday, or 20th or 21st. I've got 2 also.
Okay.
That one was good because at the time, my favorite place to eat was Olive Garden. And so, I am this mountain kid that didn't know the city life. And, I met Kayla. And when me and her got together, we went there. And I think at that point, we were still dating.
Okay.
And she knows I hate surprises. I absolutely hate them. Especially if I know they're coming. I hate them. I will fight people because of surprises. I do not like them.
Is it that you just rather know what's happening? Or you just don't like that you don't know?
I think it's that I don't know.
Like, okay. So I guess I kind of asked the same question. Would you rather know? Or would you...
I'd rather her not tell me anything at all.
Okay, so you don't even want to know that a surprise is happening.
I don't want to know nothing.
Okay, I got you.
And
so it's not the fact that you're getting surprised; it's that you're getting surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also wish I knew, like this one. I didn't know it at all.
Okay.
But I wish afterwards I would have known, so that I would have been like, "Hey, let's hang out afterwards." Or something.
Oh, okay.
Because we went to Olive Garden, and my friends Nick and Corey, we were in this. It was my mom, my stepdad, my sister, Tim and Trish, Kayla, her brother, sister-in-law, probably some kids. And when we were eating, those 2 came up to me, and they were like, "Hey, sir, we're going to have to escort you from this room." I'm like, who the hell are these guys? And I hadn't seen them in probably 3 or 4 years. So I was like, holy shit. Like, 2 of my best friends that helped me throughout, like, getting out of high school. Like, those first couple years out of high school, it sincerely helped me. And, oh no, that would have been, hold on. So I probably wouldn't have seen them for a year or 2. I'm sorry. Because I was 20. Or 21, I'm sorry. And so that was cool, just seeing them. And I wish I could have hung out with them afterwards. But, shit happens. But my other one, I want to say I was we just moved to Merced. I want to say it was like 12. It's one of the, it was 12 or 11, 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
And
Something interesting about those years.
Yeah.
You feel different.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And so we went to a family friend's house, and they were like, "Hey, I need you to go inside and get the NAMM book." And NAMM was like National Something Music Convention or something like that, because my stepdad and his buddy would go to it every year. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, they've got a NAMM book." Well, I go in, and the guy's name was John. John answers the door, and he goes, "What the hell is a NAMM book?" Well, I'm like, sitting there like an idiot going, that's what James told me to do. I don't know what to do. Well, Philly, his wife, she goes, "Oh, no, I got it, John. It's okay. Here, Kyle, I need you to follow me, blah, blah, blah." And I follow her into the room. I don't know where I went in the house. I don't remember. I think we went to her room, and she was like, "Here, just sit here and wait." And like 5 minutes went by, and I'm like, "What do I do?" So I'm just sitting there, sitting on her bed. And she goes, "Oh, okay. I couldn't find it. Here, I need you to help me go out and look for it in the garage." I go out into the garage.
That was just an assignment.
It was. I was like, "Are you kidding me? We're supposed to go eat somewhere."
Jeez.
And I go out to the garage, and there's my mom, my sister, and my stepdad, our family friends, like John and Philly, their kids, who I grew up with at the time. And they were all there, and they were like, "Happy birthday!" And in the middle of the room was this copper-colored 2 pegs in the front, 2 pegs in the back, levers on the handlebars, BMX bike.
Ooh.
And my jaw dropped. And I remember just sitting there like, "Oh my God, that is the most beautiful bike I've ever seen." And that bike, I had that bike for probably 5 years. Somebody stole it from school.
Oh, wow.
But I went everywhere on that bike.
Yeah.
As when I first learned to fix the bike and take the pedals off and redo the chain and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, that one right there was the one that really stuck out. Granted, I didn't know how old I was, but
you know that moment.
yeah.
Yeah. That NAMM book actually brought something up to me. Like it made me. It made me think of something. No, seriously, it did, because.
Well, there was no NAMM book. This was crazy.
Oh yeah. The thing about that though, that's funny. I remember this happening a lot when I was younger. It would be like, go in there, talk to this person, and get this thing, and you go in there, and that person has no idea what you're talking about, and it's like. Because now they're asking you, like, what do you need? And I'm like, I was told to go in here and get it from you.
Yeah.
I thought it was understood that you knew what this thing was.
Yeah.
So I could come get it and make this a quick transaction.
Mom sends you into the store to get something that you have no idea about.
Yeah. And it's like... like everything was just so confusing because you're confused, and then you go to someone else and then they're confused, and now like the only person here who is not confused is the person who's not getting the thing.
The person that's in the car laughing at
Yeah,
you.
exactly. It's like, oh, go get this. Don't know what you're talking about. They have no idea what you're talking about.
No, not at all.
But as far as being younger and not knowing things, what are some things that you wish you knew as an adult now that you do know that you wish you would have known as a kid, or at least you would have knew that were coming?
Yeah, I've got one that's kind of funny. My first one is, you don't have to make only one trip getting the groceries.
Oh yeah.
What's the point? Who am I proving this to?
All right.
I'm like, oh, look at the girl next door. Hey, I can get all the groceries at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh my God, look at the strength on this kid. He's so cute."
Which never happens.
No, it didn't happen. you think about that girl next door. Yeah, not
yeah.
So, not
like she's looking out the blinds like, "Oh, I hope he makes one. If he makes one trip, I'm going over there right now.
I'm just going to suck his face.
If he
He's
makes
so
one trip,
hot.
I'm going over there with only wearing a smile. That's it. Because that man deserves it. He made one trip."
But then I started thinking about some other things. With that being said, one was be yourself. A lot of these kids these days,
There's a lot of these young whippersnappers.
Yeah,
these days.
unfortunately, we can say that now. I look back at it and I'm like, man, like, why do you act like that? You know, you act different out here, but then you go to school and you're complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not acting how you do? Like, I'll take my kid, for example. He's only, I mean, he'll be 6 in December, but Mason will, you know, he's a great kid at home. And then sometimes he gets around his cousin Trenton.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start being boys, and boys hit each other, and then they cry about things. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's either he's not being himself at home or he's not being himself out and about. I have no idea.
Well, I think it kind of goes a little bit into peer pressure and how you feel around other people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, especially like, I felt this a lot in high school, interestingly enough, but you're around people and you feel like you have to be a certain way, and you feel like you have to present a certain way, and be a certain person, and sometimes that pressure will get to you, and it's like you feel like you have to be that thing or that person, and you project that, and when you're that age, you may feel like it's the only thing you can do to feel good about something or look better, or like you always want to improve, like you always want to make people happy and you want to make people love you,
Of course.
and you know, like you feel like if I was myself, I'd be boring, or I wouldn't be enough, or I wouldn't be funny, or whatever the case may be. And
But then you figure that out.
but you figure it out when
later
you're
on.
older. Yeah, because you hear be yourself all the time when you're young.
Exactly.
But I think you don't even really get it until you get a certain age where it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, that is actually good advice.
now going back to what you said, not being yourself in, you know, middle school, high school. That was another thing I was going to say was it doesn't matter how cool or popular you are in middle school or high school.
Not at all.
You're not taking that with you anywhere.
Yeah.
If there are any kids that listen to this, that just say you stumble upon this and you're in middle school or high school, don't gauge yourself on, oh, I have to be the coolest. I have to wear this shirt. I have to wear these pants or shoes. It don't matter.
It really doesn't.
Money don't mean a thing in school. Yeah, you might have some nice stuff, but
It
if
really,
you don't have a good personality,
yeah.
you can be a really shitty person and nobody's going to like you.
I feel like that's always going to shine through no matter what age. Like who you are as a person genuinely, that's always gonna be seen before, or like it's gonna be seen more than shoes or clothing or whatever. Like if you're an actual like awful human being,
Oh, yeah.
that's gonna be seen way more,
Well,
and that's gonna be noticed way more.
And you see it in these movies and stuff like
Yeah.
the spoiled rich kid that has all the cool stuff and throws the cool parties.
Yeah.
Where's he at after he graduates? Oh, he's digging ditches or working at McDonald's or, you know, these. I don't know. It's just something you see, and I'm like, can you not do that? Can you just have more confidence in yourself? You know, and that was the next one, was have more confidence in yourself. Mm-hmm. Because I tell you what, in high school, if I had the confidence I have now, my God, it would have been better.
I think most people could say that.
I would have been. I mean, I was always a outgoing guy.
Yeah.
I've always been this way, not as much as I am right now. But if I would have been how I am now, I think it would have been a totally different picture.
Yeah.
I would have had, I shouldn't say a lot more friends or be popular or anything, but I would have been more known. Mm-hmm. I probably would have had a different outcome. Probably better. But I tell you what, confidence is key.
It really is. And and the crazy thing about confidence is it's one of those things that comes with time. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about it, because very few people, when you're young, at least when you start going to like school and you're interacting with people and having more friends and kind of figuring yourself out a little bit more, that's when your confidence is probably at its lowest. Because when you're Like when you're a little kid and playing around all that stuff, you don't really care. Like that doesn't matter.
Obviously.
Like, but like when you're, I say like later on in middle school and especially in high school
13,
and college,
14.
yeah, like when you're still trying to figure out like who you are as a person, I feel like that's when your confidence is a lot of times at its lowest because you don't even fully know who you are.
I just wish that I could prove to these kids nowadays and be like, look, this is how I'm going to act. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is who I am. And deal with it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying be like that to your teachers or anything, or the adults or anything like that, but be you. Like me, I'm so much more outgoing, want to be around people, want to, hang out with the older people at the parties, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
The get-togethers. I want to do that stuff. If I would have just had that little bit of more confidence, and it would have been different. And especially in relationships.
Yeah.
I need to talk to this girl. I got to talk to this girl.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah,
Why didn't you do it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's the again, like rejection, especially when you're young, like your life is over. Like the last thing you want as a kid is to be rejected, especially by the girl you like. It's like I might as well just not even ask her because if she says no, then I'll know for sure she doesn't like me.
And that's my next and my final one is rejection is not the end of the world.
It's not. No.
These kids can, and I hate to say it, but these kids can go cut themselves or hurt themselves over just one girl they've ever talked to. When they say there's plenty of fish in the sea, they mean there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah.
There are so many more men, women out there than you can even think of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the number is mind-blowing.
The amount of people that are going to come and go out of your life in and out of your life is
so
unbelievable. Like the people who I thought that I would, even just friendships, not even relationships, well, friendship is a relationship, but not even just romantic relationships. Like the amount of friends that I thought I would have for life.
Oh yeah.
90% of them are not in my life anymore. And I have like this nice handful of people who I've known for a long time, or even for like just a slight short period of time that I know it's like, okay, this is a good friendship.
Yeah.
This is like a lasting bond.
Yeah.
And yeah, like oh my gosh, in romantic relationships, oh jeez. Like
That's another story.
yeah, it's like
Man,
people who I thought I was gonna marry.
Oh yeah.
Just
I could think
completely not even the right person for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought I was gonna marry this person.
You're like, oh, she likes me. Yep, gonna marry her.
right.
I could think about that in like middle school. Hey, I'm sorry, we can't date anymore, and you get broke up. You're like, God damn it, the rest of that day.
Yeah.
Then the next day, you're like, all right, who's the next girl? and you go, girl to girl to girl to girl to girl, or I mean, in some cases, guy to guy to guy to guy to guy, whatever. But you keep going from those different people, and then I look back at it, and I'm like, those really weren't relationships.
Yeah. So, well, some of them is just like you're just infatuated with this person.
Yeah.
You're just a horny teenager. And it's just like, all these feelings are building up inside you.
I had
and you think it's love, but it's more just like you just want to hump something.
I still want to do that today.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
that feeling never really goes away.
It never will. I remember, and I want to say it was my mom. Said, you change girlfriends more than you change your underwear.
That's a shame.
I had.
If she meant that literally, you had a problem.
I don't know. I had so many like women I thought were my girlfriend. I'd tell my parents, "Oh my god, I got another girlfriend."
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, again?" so you
really changing them out there, aren't you?
Yeah, and then the next day you're like, "Oh, I got another girlfriend." I'm like, well, what happened to this one? Oh, we broke up. She broke up with me at recess or whatever it was.
Yeah, at recess.
And
while she was on the monkey bars.
But it is definitely not the end of the world for rejection because you think about it, that person rejects you. Okay. What door does that open for you?
Yeah.
Who are the people you met through that person? Maybe that next person is someone you met through that ex.
Yeah.
So I think about it like that. It's
such
sad.
It's such a different environment altogether because now, like with again, it's gonna make me sound old, but now like with so many dating apps and all that, it's like you don't necessarily have to be social.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to like really go out. And I know with kids is a different story, but even that not so much because COVID hit. And then so even kids became more kind of shut in than we ever have because we never had to deal with a pandemic when we were in school.
No.
So that's a whole nother thing. Like if you're old enough to kind of use technology in that way, like it opens, it's a whole different world, you know, and you could get accustomed to having everything available for you without ever having to even walk out your door.
Let me just reiterate something you just said.
Yeah.
Apps.
Yeah.
When you didn't have to have game
Yeah.
or anything, all you had to do was like or swipe or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know. Because I met Kayla through a ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend that I actually became friends with. Really weird. But I also met her on Plenty of Fish. And that was, hey, this girl liked the like button too. Email her. So, you know, I'm emailing her and like, you know, I'm married to her with 2 kids now.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of wild how that happens, isn't it?
you think about, wow, these people are just swiping and clicking. They didn't have to go find this person and be
No.
like, hey, here's my best Rico Suave impression.
Right, yeah.
And, what do you think?
Yeah.
You don't.
Wasn't,
You
hey,
don't
I like your
have-
shoes.
You
You know.
you don't have that rejection nowadays. Nowadays,
Not the
it's
same
just
way, no.
they won't.
They
like,
just won't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like somebody might or might not swipe right on you. You know, and it's just you're just kind of waiting for the right, waiting for the hit, kind of.
Oh yeah, for the
Yeah.
the blow.
Yeah, yeah, and that kind of, I think there was a study on that too about how like the dopamine of swiping is like because it's another form of social media. So it's kind of like how when you get a like on a post or something like that,
you get
like
all
some
happy
people are
about
just
it.
some people are just like waiting for that swipe. And it's like, ooh, I got some attention, you know. So sometimes it's not always like I'm looking for somebody to be with. I'm just looking for that next hit.
For that like.
Yeah.
It's another social media game.
Yeah, it's another rush.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing where gamblers get just as much of a dopamine hit when they win as when they lose or when they're betting.
No,
Yeah, so it's like,
I can't gamble.
yeah, it's pretty hardcore out there. But yeah, again, like, and I want to talk just a little bit about something that we talked about before as far as confidence. It's like I feel like you get it more as a kid when you do focus on yourself, in the way you can as a kid. When you're actually like kind of discussing, when you're like being more of who you are, I think that confidence grows quicker that way.
Oh, tenfold.
Yeah, because again, you're still figuring yourself out, especially when you get like to high school and most of college. I would say like you're still trying to figure out like who you are. Like you're just teenagers and young 20 something when you're in
young
college.
adults.
You know, so it's like
What am I?
like yeah, you don't really. I don't think I even fully really got a grasp of myself until I was like 27.
I was gonna say 28. but
yeah, so yeah, it's just something that, but I think that confidence it comes quicker when you're still like focusing on being true to yourself.
Oh yeah,
as much as you can.
I mean, and you're not out there, you know, and I'm not saying they're lying, but you're not out there lying to yourself.
Yeah,
Hey, this isn't how I really act. I'm putting on a front. You know, here's this mask that I'm wearing. And then once I get comfortable, I'll take it off. And you're like, what happened to the last person?
yeah,
And you don't
yeah.
want that, because then that's going to crush your dreams. You're just going to crush all your emotions and everything. You're going to
Exactly.
be back where you started.
Yep.
So it's sad, but I mean, it's the world we live in these days too. So
Yeah. Speaking of being true to yourself,
Yeah.
what is there like a job or a career that you really wanted as a kid?
man,
That you were just like, when I grow up, this is what I'm gonna be, like 100%.
I had a couple that I had growing up, and one of them, since I was a big fan of football, you know, everybody's got that sport they want to do, or
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
something like that.
I had a
Mine was
few.
to be a football player, and specifically the kicker.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the kicker. Like
I
I
think a
love,
kicker would be a great job.
I love kicking. Like I'm trying to find a way to get like a nice pair of cleats or some pair of cleats or something like that. And I have a tee. I've got a ball. I haven't kicked in 11 years. I don't know if I'm still good at it or not.
Yeah.
I hit a 55-yarder off of someone's foot in high
Oh,
school.
nice.
My junior year.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were like good. You were that guy.
Chad Harlow was his name. Yep.
Nice. You even know his name.
Yep. Shout out to Chad.
Shout out to Chad. Wherever you may be.
He was also the guy that introduced me to the thing called the helicopter.
Shout out to Chad. Wherever you may be. Helicoptering around.
Helicoptering around.
You know what?
buddy.
Congratulations, Chad. You made.
Good for you.
Yeah, you.
And everybody in the school knew it.
you
But
you made a lot of people's dreams come true, and gave a lot of people nightmares as well.
definitely not.
Shout out to Chad. Yeah, what a real piece of work.
But that was one. I wanted to be a firefighter going into high school, especially like I said with where we lived.
Yeah.
We had that class, so
Yeah.
took that for 2 years.
You know what? How many kids in California want to be a fighter?
now probably not that many, but it's insane.
That's wild to just like every year see your state
just burning.
in blaze, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a firefighter. I'm tired of this. Like when I grow up, I can't stand this. Like I'm gonna be a firefighter. I'm gonna be the best in my class.
But the last thing, the one thing I wanted to be, and this was during middle school. This was the only one that was like actually real. I wanted to be a history. I wanted to be like Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Minus the whole adventure and everything, like I'm gonna go fight Nazis.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that guy that was like, I'm taking this, discovering it, and going over here, and putting it in a museum. I discovered that. That's my shit.
So you wanted to
I
steal
wanted to
treasure?
What? No, I didn't want to be a pirate.
Oh.
I wanted to be.
Sorry.
I think it's called a historian.
Oh, historian.
I love historic stuff.
Okay. You wanted to discover things, just not take them.
Yeah. Oh, I want people to see them.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, obviously I wouldn't want to take them for money too.
Kyle, we just talked about being yourself.
But I'm being myself.
Okay. Like I'm just hey, if you wanted to steal things, just say it. And you wanted to steal the Declaration of Independence.
I don't know. I'm better than Nick Cage. Damn it. But yeah, that definitely was the realest one. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have pursued it, but I get to think about it every now and then when I get to see like old abandoned buildings or, a mine shaft that collapsed and there's a bunch of stuff in front of it. Or I watch a lot of abandoned building videos.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I remember you talked to me about Gary, Indiana.
Yes.
Because you were seeing some abandoned stuff in there. Yeah.
Man, I would love to go explore that stuff.
Yeah, and Gary is a
Minus the creepy meth
Interesting.
heads I might encounter.
man. Well, Gary's different. It's like a city that the government just straight up forgot about.
Yeah,
Like that's what it seems like. Like Gary is just. It's like the shadowy place in The Lion King. Like we don't go
We
there.
don't go there.
Yeah. It's like an elephant graveyard is no place for a young king.
Yeah, neither is Gary, Indiana.
Right.
What about you?
But with me, I remember there was definitely again a few. There were little ones that were short lived, like firefighter and doctor and like stuff like that. Like those were kind of just things I might have thought I was interested in, but I just kind of quickly fell out of those. The ones I really remember like thinking I was definitely going to be it was two things early on. It was tennis and golf.
Tennis.
I thought I was going to be a tennis player, and then I thought I was going to be a professional golfer. I played tennis in middle school, and I just fell in love with it. Like after, like I just watched tennis before. I think what it was the Williams sisters.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
I watched them and I was like, wow, they made tennis look fun.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of intensity in their matches. And I was like, wow, like this is hardcore. And I remember watching them in the U.S. Open, and after that, like a couple years after that, I was like, I got to get tennis like rackets and stuff like that. And like at first, I think it was kind of just that want for that kind of competition. And in middle school, I actually got my shot. Like I got on the team.
Nice.
Yeah, I played pretty well. I was like on junior varsity. I wasn't like on like the varsity team, like the real good pick guys. But like I did pretty well. But
Get any trophies or medals or anything out of it?
I got like one medal. I think it was.
Was it like a thanks
like
for
a ribbon or
participating
something.
thing? Or
No, it was like
you
I actually did
won?
a good.
Oh, no
Yeah,
shit.
I placed well, but it was like
Nice.
a ribbon or something like that.
Okay.
But then when I got in high school, that changed completely. Because I remember by my freshman year, I always liked golf. Even in middle school, I liked to golf. But in high school, for some reason, it just went to. I think it just got really like elevated my like for golf. And I also had a friend who also played golf as well, and he encouraged me a lot to get into it.
Oh yeah.
So I got this super cheap set of clubs. Like I think they were like 1970s clubs to the point where like one of the bigger clubs in there was actually made of wood.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so these were old.
Oh, Jesus.
But I was like, no matter what, I'm gonna make this work. And I actually got on the team
with those
clubs.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a decent driver. Like I actually got a modern driver.
Yeah.
But I got all through high school with these like 1970s clubs that were not only super hard to hit for most of the people who were playing because they were playing with modern clubs, but I actually did very well with them, fairly. And
good for you.
Yeah, and in high school, I was like, I think if photography didn't take as much of a, if it didn't take as big of a place in my life as it did, I think my aspirations of golf probably would have went further. I think I probably would have talked about getting on some type of tour.
Okay.
And trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah, photography just took it. It was kind of my first love before tennis or golf anyway.
Okay.
So I got deeper into that. And also in high school, they actually had like a film class in a dark room and all that type of stuff. So I was able to develop in photography more and quicker than in any sports passion.
And you've made money off of that too.
Yeah.
See that, and that's something a lot of. Not that I'm saying golf or tennis or anything's not going to be there for the rest of their lives, but you think about how many people get married, how many people like family photos.
Yeah.
I mean, other events, people want pictures taken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
And that was part of it, too.
Yeah.
I just kept getting, like, gigs.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, I'm getting married.
And
or,
from what
"Oh,
I've seen,
yeah."
those pictures turned out pretty well. I've seen
thank
some
you.
good ones.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Derek has his own photo page, so go look at it.
I do. If you go to, I do a lot of photojournalism and street photography, so you won't see a lot of my wedding and portrait stuff. But Derrick Combs photo.com is where you can see my work.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. You're going to see mostly street photography there.
Dude, and there's one that I've been wanting to do with Derek. I'm not a photography guy. I mean, I can appreciate a good picture, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's one picture I want Derek to do because I feel like it could be just so amazing. And we're trying to find a day or a time to get it and get out there and do it and actually hike to the place we need to be. But
yeah, when it's not 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, oh my God.
So. But yeah.
So photography, golf, and tennis.
Mm-hmm. That was like the big ones for me.
And then what was doctors and firefighters and
Yeah, like those were really short lived. Oh, I think at one point I wanted to be a professional skateboarder too.
Oh, didn't we all?
Yeah, like watching the X Games and all that. I was like,
oh man, dude,
oh, yeah.
especially playing Tony Hawk and all that, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I finally got it going. Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so much nostalgia.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it? Like playing those games again, it's like, man, you can just remember.
But the thing
remember
is
the times.
You can only do so much in them. So I'm like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't come till the later game. How do I do this? Oh, you can't get off your board.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a pretty crazy list. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, like you said, or like I said, sorry, you can make money off of that. So I mean, you kind of had a hobby. Or, I mean, you could even take it into a career.
It kind of got kickstarted really quickly, like because that's something you can get into right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was like being a professional, even a tennis player, but even a professional golfer especially, that is a very, very, very long journey. Like you're talking about hopefully like going to a college that has a really good collegiate team and being a standout there.
Oh, okay.
If you're a standout there, then you can possibly get some eyes on you to get you on a amateur tour. Have to do really well in the amateur tour. If you do good on the amateur tour, then you get a shot at the PGA Tour, and hopefully you win your card. Yeah. If you win your card, hopefully you keep winning so you can keep your card. Yeah, like being a professional golfer is almost like a constant. Unless you're like one of the elite players, you're at constant threat of losing your card. There's a very few people who have very few golfers who have lifetime cards. Like it's very rare.
I don't know how you play. I can't see how you guys play.
Yeah,
and I'm not making it as a diss. It's,
no.
It's the temperature and everything is not always the same. The wind and everything is not always the same. The
green is not flat.
They're not as flat as they were the other day.
Yeah, the
grass is dipped over here now because someone did something. Yeah. I'm like, man, I just want to go hit somebody with football pads on. And
like I tell people all the time, like no disrespect to any professional sports, whatever you play, but I have the most respect for professional golfers.
Yeah.
Because that is such an inconsistent game. It changes literally day to day. And it's so hard to be so good at a game to where the next day you can be a completely different golfer.
And what's crazy,
like just if like maybe your leg is just a little sore that day, that throws your whole swing off.
And like I said, I mean, this is the utmost respect.
Yeah,
you literally are only going out there and hitting a ball with a club.
Yeah,
but you have to do it.
You have to do it right. And you have to be
crazy.
Consistent at it.
Yeah,
because like the smallest thing that you did wrong in your swing, you might not even know what it was. The smallest that throws your swing off that ball is going who knows where. And then you got to get it on the green. The green is not flat. That's why those guys get down low and they read the green, because like it's not just like a putt surface. It has dips and undulations, and sometimes you're going uphill, sometimes you're going downhill. Excuse me.
That's too much for me.
To be like people don't realize how good Tiger it actually is. Like to win that much on tour and to win that many majors, that's insane. There's golfers in the Hall of Fame who've won a fraction of how much he's won.
Yeah. That's
it's so hard.
It's too complicated for me. Like I said, I'm the guy that just wants to hit somebody.
Right, yeah.
I want the simple sport where, hey, bounce the ball and put it in the hoop. Okay, you made it, run back, block it. Now go do it again.
Golf is way more mentally taxing than physically.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
Got kind of deep.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we had to think a little bit on those. Yeah. And I think that's cool. That's cool. It's good to have like some kind of intellectual conversations here.
It got pretty real.
It got real.
Got real.
You know what? It got real. All right. But we shall see you again on the flip flop. Hope you guys are enjoying these. We're definitely enjoying making them. So as long as you guys keep liking them, we're still making them. Even if you guys don't like them, we'll probably still make them to one audience.
We appreciate the listen.
We appreciate it. Absolutely.
Just push that play button and put it on mute if you don't like it. Yeah, that's all we need.
We just need to play. So thank you. But of course, if you do also like it, please follow, promote the podcast, tell your friends.
Twitter, Facebook, not Instagram, but all that stuff to come.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to get those socials out there. But right now, we're also on Apple Music. Those of you who know that are probably listening on there. We are on Spotify. Those of you who know that are probably listening there. We are also on Google Podcasts, and we are also on Anchor FM. And all those links are also going to be displayed on our link tree, which we will also display in the description of this podcast. So, Podcast?
Podcast.